Giving all praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone from our learn this truth. Much respect to the hopeful elect, and shalom to you brothers and sisters that watch my videos and get edification. Now this video is from Trendy Topic Tiff. It's meant to be, she generally does comedy, and she posed a question: could you be in a poly relationship? All right, and in the truth, we only deal with biblical polygamy, polygyny, and I'm gonna get into the difference. All right. So, polygyny.
Polygamy.
All right, is polygamy in which a man has more than one wife. A pattern of mating in which a male animal has more than one female mate. All right, so in the truth, we deal with polygamy or polygyny. All right, so this is polygamy.
Polygamy.
The practice or custom of having more than one wife. And in this society, they turned it into something that is despicable. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's upside down. They turned it into something else, which is an abomination. It's unlawful. So they turned it into something where it's more than one wife or husband at the same time. All right. And in the truth, we don't deal with that. So what you would be practicing is, polygyny, which is one male, two females, or more than one female, or more than one woman. All right. So we're going to get back to this video by Trendy Topic Tiff. And, I might not even show it. I could show it. But the point is that, in the video, you're going to see the man come in the picture and he has two wives. All right. And in polygyny, you have more than one wife. All right. And you able, to have more than one wife through the scriptures. All right. And each marriage is separate. But, nowadays, you wouldn't be able to do that, because if you did that for your woman, if you told your woman the truth that you wanted to have more than one wife, she'd give you hell. And a lot of men out there, Salakia, a lot of men out there would not tell a woman that, even if they did think about it. They'd rather, go and sneak behind their back or do it on the DL, do it on the down low. That's what we used to call it back in the day. Do it on the DL, on the slick tip, on the slide. So a lot of men, go behind their wives' back, but they would not dare tell her, how they feel, because these women can't handle that. They think it's something terrible, something to be ashamed of, and they shame other women for doing stuff like that because they feel like it's disgusting, it's beneath them, and they shouldn't have to do that. But in the kingdom, the Israelite men are going to have many wives, concubines, and the Israelite women are going to have handmaids, all right? And these are going to be women that's going to be serving them, all right? And, the Israelite man is going to have his way with many women, all right? As long as it's lawful, all right? So other groups, like, I'm going to take, for instance, like, so-called Christians and, groups like Israelite groups like IUIC, they don't go into that. Why? Because if they did, the women would leave. And that's the truth. Women would leave. They would have 0 women in IUIC. And that's the real reason why they have so many members, is because the women, and they have to keep that up in order to keep the membership. All right? Because the woman would not stay if they have more than one wife. And the men would not come unless they seen that they have women. So that's the real reason why these men are joining, and they, not to say that, they're not going because they don't want to join the truth, but it's sort of like Christianity, where it tells you, where it's like Christianity, where it tells you you can have, only one wife, and it's and the women accept it, because these men don't want to tell their women the truth that multiple women, multiple wives, Salakia, multiple wives is acceptable. According to the scriptures, acceptable. And these women can't handle it. So you have a lot of men that tell their wives, oh, no, I don't want no other woman. You're the only one for me. Meanwhile, they have desires for other women. And they don't want to be honest because they know it would mess up their relationship or their woman would just flat out leave them. So that's why, most of the time polygyny will not work, is because the man, knows his woman's going to leave. And these women nowadays will give you hell if you even mention that, unless you mention it and, the woman has to be, she has to be funny. And what I mean by that is, some of these women, they dibble and dabble, they go both ways, so to them that would be acceptable. But through, the scriptures, that's unacceptable. All right? That's unlawful. You're not supposed to be having, your wives sleeping together, and laying down with each other and, getting busy. That's unlawful. And you're not supposed to do that. But in this world, that's the only way it's acceptable. If the woman gets to have fun, if she's allowed to have more than one husband, or she's allowed to have more than, or she can get into bed with you and your other wife, then it's acceptable. But as long as it's not acceptable, then she don't want to do it. She don't want to get down with it. All right. But in the kingdom, our women are going to be in order. And this is not going to be something that's going to be frowned upon. This is not going to be something that's going to be looked down upon. All right. So I'm going to play a little bit of this video.
I don't feel good tonight, girl. I got cramps. I'm moody. I cannot give him no ass. I'm not in the mood.
Girl, don't worry about it. I'll take care of him tonight.
Really?
Of course.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
I'm the holy damn.
And in the world, women don't even get along like this. All right. Women can't even hold friendships with each other. They can't even have a simple conversation with each other because they'll always be at each other's throats.
Yeah.
Baby girl. Baby girl.
Mwah.
You good.
How was your day?
Hard work as usual.
Well, baby, I don't feel good tonight, okay? So you're gonna be like my little crampy girl stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna go watch Grey's Anatomy.
Word,
Yeah.
word. You're gonna
So as you can see, the man, he has two wives in this video, and which is perfectly lawful according to the scriptures. But what if you told your wife that? Would she be submissive? Would she submit herself to that? Most women would not. This is Exodus 21:10. If he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall not be diminished. So each marriage is separate, and the wife has to continue her duties as if that woman is not even there. Her food and her raiment, everything that she gets remains the same, all right? But these women feel like, oh, because, a man has another woman, that he gotta pay all her bills. See, in this society, they feel like a man gotta pay a woman's bills and all this other stuff. No, he provides food, clothing, shelter. All right, food, shelter. It's not, taking you out and getting your hair done, your nails done. No, that's called self-care. You're gonna do that yourself. All right. These women, they want you to wine them and dine them and take them and buy them Gucci, Louis, Fendi, Prada. That's not providing for a woman. That's on a whole nother level. That's not providing. All right. And these women, they need to get that stuck out their head, is that a man got to take you, you know, and he got to wine and dine you and buy you all these worldly things. And that's why a lot of these women here are suffering, because they refuse to humble themselves and they refuse to accept this. So you have a lot of women suffering because there's a lot of women out here that can't find a man, that can't find a husband. All right. Or you have women that, you know, because they won't accept it, they just jump to the next man. They jump on the cock carousel and they just jump to the next man, which, you know, they become serial monogamous. You know what I'm saying? They just, you know, one relationship don't work out, one marriage don't work out, so they jump to the next man. Next marriage don't jump out, so they jump to the next man. Until you find, you know what I'm saying, until you find a man, a simp, who's going to take you in, who's going to accept you, you know? And that's the reason why these women do this, do what they do, is because they know that they're going to find another man that's always going to accept them, you know? And they know that. They know they could just leave you and they'll find another man that's going to accept you. But that's adultery, and that's worthy of death. That's a fate worthy of death. And in the truth, these women, you know, the women, sisters in the truth, supposed to know that if you leave your husband, you're supposed to either stay alone or that's it. You're not supposed to leave your husband. You stay with him till he dies and serve him till he dies. Then you can marry another man. But until then, you stay with him until he dies. Or if you're at an age where, you know, where you can't, where you at an age where, you know, nobody will take you, you're supposed to stay alone. And that's it. But no, these women are completely out of order. This is Isaiah 4:1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name, Salakia, to take away our reproach. You know, and women, you know, they don't want to admit, but prophecy don't lie. This day is coming. All right. This day is coming where women, you know, seven women will cling to one man. But a lot of you women out there are going to get rejected because you wouldn't humble yourselves. A lot of men are going to slam the door in your face. A lot of men of the Lord are going to slam the door in your face. All right. This is Genesis 4:19. And Lamech took unto him 2 wives. The name of the one was Ada, and the name of the other was Zillah. So this has always been a part of our heritage. All right. You got 12 tribes to deal with. 12 tribes. And in those 12 tribes, we come in many different looks. All right. So there's no excuse. There's plenty of sisters out there, you know, and there's you know, but these women don't want to humble themselves. This is Genesis 30:9. When Leah saw that she had been left barren, she took Zilpah, Salakia, her maid, and gave her to Jacob to wife. So, you know, that was not uncommon for a woman to take her maid and give her to her husband. All right. But these women, they feel like they don't have to deal with that. All right.
Yeah.
You don't got no Milo in there, you good?
Don't you got some in there?
Anything?
Yeah,
Just look in the cabinet. Anything?
Thank you. I love you. you.
We love
You
you.
too.
Have fun.
So, and this is, this is a perfect example of what will not happen. All right. So, Lord willing, you brothers and sisters have been edified. Shalom to the next one.